Right, before we start, I'll show some of the things that are needed before you start mixing. You need a couple of these are things I've got here, the original Linka ones, but if you haven't got these, you don't need them. You can use yogurt pots or anything. These are the two mixing bowls. If you're going different colours, you'll need two bowls obviously, and these are the measures. I've got two of those because you should always keep one for the powder and one for the water. Don't get them mixed up, because otherwise you get water in the powder. There's a small one and the larger ones. You need some mixing sticks. These are just bits of wood I've shaped for sticks, but you can use lollipop sticks, anything really. You need some water obviously, in any sort of container. This is the original tool that Linka supplied for scraping off the moulds and various things, but you don't need that. It's only a plastic thing. You can normally use one of these, just an ordinary filling knife for putting it in the moulds. And I also find this very useful for going over the moulds afterwards. It's just a simple filler knife that you can buy, where you can get them in Poundland, a set of 4 for £1, obviously, and places like Toolstation and Screwfix also sell a pack of 4 or 5, very reasonably priced. Don't know why they're always marked as stainless steel non-rust, but they always seem to go rusty no matter how I dry them. You can see they always go rusty and tarnished, so I can't see how it's really stainless steel. Nevertheless, it doesn't matter for this, and that will do the job. So I'll put those aside. So next thing you'll need is some colouring. Now I've tried all different sorts of colouring. Some work, some don't. Most things work. These are various inks, like drawing inks that I've had. I don't use them now because everything's done on the computer. And this is a brown one, and I find this works perfectly well. It's just concentrated ink. You can use that as a colourant. You can use any sort of poster paints. These are large things, you can buy these anywhere. Poster paints of various colours. That's a sort of a browny colour, and a red for brickwork. You can use acrylic paints, ordinary watercolour paints, like a set of watercolour tubes there. I mix those up. It'll all work. The only thing I've found that hasn't worked so far as a colouring is photocopying powder. I did try that to put some black in and it didn't work. It was hopeless. But everything else I've tried as a colourant has seemed to work okay. Sometimes it'll make it take a bit longer to set, and perhaps a bit longer at other times, depending on how thick the mix is and whether you use the ink or the poster paint. I found that sometimes it will set very quickly, like 10 minutes, and sometimes it can be up to half an hour depending on the mix. So basically that's all you need. Oh, you need the powder. I should mention the powder. I'll buy the powder in a, get this out of the way first. I'll buy the powder in a large bag like this. This is being decanted. You can buy it at like 1 kilogram, 2 kilogram, 5 kilogram, 10, or even up to 25 kilograms. And obviously the more you buy, the cheaper it's going to be. But be careful, because it doesn't have a very long shelf life. It's stated about 6 months. I've had this stuff for over a year and it still works. What I do, when I get it, I buy like 5 or 10 kilograms. I decant it into smaller bags and then I store it in a tin like this. Keep it stashed away there with the lid sealed on to stop the damp getting to it. This is Herculite stone powder. It's Herculite 2 it's called. It's got mixed ratio I've put on there, 2.5 of powder to 1 of water, although sometimes it suggests 2 to 1, so, but you know, see how you get on with it really. It seems to work either way, but that's what you need. So what I'll do now, I'll stop the camera a minute and then we'll get ready to do some casting in colour.